Hey, it's Anya.
It's your girl, Nadia.
What's up, guys? It's Trent.
And I'm Ramesh, and we are The Community. We're covering the latest in pop culture, politics, and everything in between. Let's get started. Good day, and welcome to another week of The Community. As you can see, Nadia is still wrapping up her week-long vacation. So joining us back on The Community, welcome, Ashley.
Hey, guys.
Ashley, it has been some time since the person... Well, this is actually the first time that the podcast viewers get the chance to see you.
Wow, yes.
It's been some time since you've been on the podcast, so tell us, what have you been up to?
Well, you know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a lot of RuPaul. You know, I think I'm a seamstress now, so that's that. I'm also a chef now, making gourmet breakfast that Anya doesn't understand. Side note, she messaged me about one breakfast and was like, what is this? And I was
That's
like,
not Egg Benedict.
You're not cultured. You're not cultured, Anya. But yeah, so I've just been, you know, doing what everybody's been doing, which is finding hidden talents and just making time for things that I haven't made time for in a long time. It's a lot of times in one sentence, but, you know.
So, the independence of the Bahamas, we just celebrated. Happy 47th year, Bahamas.
Yes, bop, bop.
And typically, to celebrate our independence, persons would go to the beach and have beach parties. But you know what Dr. Prime Minister Hubert Minnis said? Think again. Do you think that because of the now rising number of cases and persons continuing to disobey the laws set out by the government, that we will follow Atlanta's suit in reversing our progress and going back to stage one?
I do think that if we don't continue to follow the rules, we will go back. I don't think that the Prime Minister has no issue with shutting us back down.
Yeah, he's showing up.
As he would. So
I feel as if you're going to try to enforce certain laws on people at the beach or wherever, then when you're doing these programs on ZNS for independence, those people should also be social distancing. Because how can you ask us to do something when you're broadcasting on our national television network and you're not doing it yourself? I have these people in these meetings in the cabinet, they don't even have masks. I'm just confused. And then if we go back to phase one, who's gonna pay? Who's okay?
that's a lot that we'd have to think about if we go back to phase one. But I also do think that he has no issue with going back to phase one if we don't follow the rules.
When you're the leader of a country, you have to lead by example. And like Ashley said, him having that program, he's not been doing that at the best of his ability. But my thing is, if you're going to enforce certain rules and regulations, you have to put certain things in place to make sure that they are followed. Were there any police officers on beaches?
No, you know, the barricades do it. You know, we put 4 barricades out there and nobody should be...
I have a thing about that. I feel as though if the rule is put in place, you should not be going on the beach on the holiday, then don't go on the beach on the holiday. Why should I have to put police there? Follow the rules. It's simple as that. At the end of the day, this virus is bigger than us. So if you want us to continue to move forward and get back to as normal as possible, follow the rules. It's as simple as that. I get that you want to go on the beach, but at the end of the day, if the man shut it down, he shut it down.
Anya, you shouldn't have to put police officers there, but at the same time, you can't have faith in everyone.
People break the rules all the time. If not, there will be jail.
I understand that, but I still don't think you need a bunch of police officers on every beach.
No, but it's not right. But
there's so much more for them to do than sit there under a tent.
They'll be doing
and just anyway, be like, so you can't go to the
Don't do that. Like that. Don't do that.
Anyhow, some of them work really hard, and some of them are really, I would say, virtuous people. But some of them, honey, honey. Okay, I'm not even gonna veer off, but we all have the stories. Everybody know all these police officers ain't out here doing what they're supposed to be doing. So some of them could be allotted to beach restriction because at the end of the day, people wayward. They're gonna do what they want to do, and you could tell people not to do it, but they're gonna do it. So what is the repercussion? Okay, when we go on the beach on the holiday, even when Corona wasn't here, there was police. So why is it any different now?
The police on that side of it, the police was there for safety purposes.
That's the same thing.
The police now, if the beach is on shutdown, the police there to sit down and say, sorry, you can't come to the beach. That's the difference between the police being there before the virus and now during the virus.
So let me interject. So you all stated that you feel that the Prime Minister should lead by example. So let me give you the scenario.
Yeah.
So the Prime Minister is doing these press releases and he has different officials behind him to give their professional views on what should happen, what shouldn't happen. So when persons go to these different restaurants and they're eating, do they have their mask on?
Okay, so no.
Hold on. Let me finish my point. Do they have their mask on? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. So you feel that in a 1 hour press conference, he must go, y'all can I be behind the mask? Hold on 1 second. So yeah, as I was saying, all right, let me move now so the next lady can speak. Oh, you want me back? Okay, hold on. Yeah. You think he should do that for a complete hour?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think in some instances, you really you have to remove the mask. Like, for example, I think what's the rule that once you walk in and out of the restaurant, you have to have the mask on. Right. But as long as you are to your table with the people that you came with,
6 feet away, right?
Once you're sitting with the people you came with, you can have your mask off because you obviously have to eat and drink and things like that. It's kind of weird having to every 5 seconds, if I want to sip on my drink, take my mask off, put it back on. That's really
why annoying. Are you even out? Why are you even out? if you're so conscious, why are you even out?
I am not gonna make any excuses for the fact that nothing was put in place to ensure that Bahamians did not gather on the beach.
Besides the restrictions, but besides me telling you don't go to the beach,
correct?
Just because
and you hoping I'm a good law-abiding citizen,
right?
Correct.
So you feel as though we should have learned from March when he said beaches were closed and then persons gathered on Cabbage Beach. You feel like
raise hand in the meeting, raise hand. But that was the last time I went to the beach. So
okay, so that's
Oh, you were there.
I was there. But you know something? When I first got there for the first about 3 hours, there was nobody there. And it was almost like somebody sent on a back beach signal. I was like, they out there. And then I'm talking about in swarms. By the time it was like 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, well, they shut it down by 5:36. So by 5 o'clock, it was a full beach. And I was like,
okay.
I
can't do it.
But I wasn't near anybody because by just naturally, whenever I go to the beach, I just go far down, like very, very away. No. Like I was way more than 6 feet from anybody. But like just watching it was like cringy.
Okay.
Too much people at once.
Well, the hope is that we're going to continue to follow the rules. Hopefully there are more infrastructure put in place to help persons to not try to disobey. But I don't want us to go back to phase 1. I don't think that.
I just want to ask, I do have a question. What do you think is going to happen now that we have 4 new cases? Do you think that he may just be lenient and say, okay, let's wait and see?
I don't think
he's going to use these 4 cases as listen, we're going to go backwards now.
At this point, his main concern is the economy of the country.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So he is going to take those initiatives to open it back up in full operation.
You say that, however, we also have to look at it. Most of the major hotels over here aren't open.
Yeah.
So
where are they going to stay?
Right. Even having the airport open is not 100% necessary. Yes, we have persons traveling for business and they're staying at Airbnbs or like smaller chain hotels. but truly tourism isn't getting that major boost that we would have hoped for or expected.
So why risk it?
Right. Why still have the one or two come in and risk the spread? So another group of individuals that tend to make sure that you're obeying the rules are your parents. So when you grew up, your parents made sure that you ate your food and made sure that you were in your house on time, made sure that you did certain things. And as you grew up, those rules changed. Now it's you making sure that, Mom, did you eat? Dad, did you make sure to go and do something with your banking? We, as this new generation, have moved from being the kids to now being the parents. How do you feel about parenting your parents?
It is stressful.
I hope your daddy
My father does not listen to me. He is unruly.
My
He
mom.
don't behave.
So Friday, she comes into my room. I'm laying down watching TV, and she comes into the room. Oh, yeah. Boy, hungry, you know. Whew. Anyway.
That's it right there. That's it right there.
What you cooking? I said,
Yeah.
too. She then goes, oh, well, anyway, some pork chop on the counter for whenever you get out of bed.
I just was about to say they take the meat out, season it, sometimes.
I said, okay,
I
no
season it
problem.
for you.
But I feel like eating too late, okay? So, but whenever you get up. I said, okay, no problem. I understood. I got
No, yeah, they are ridiculous at times. They say once, what is it? Twice a child, once an adult, or once. What is the saying, y'all?
Once a man, twice a child.
Right.
Yeah, there you go. Anyways, but it really comes down to also like the times they were raised in and what they were doing when they were our age. And it's very different to what we have to do or we're required to do now.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like some of my sweet, sweet mother's decisions for the household, just in general.
It's questionable.
Yes. I'm like, why?
What are you thinking?
Right. And it's like, I don't want to, sneak this up and say something like,
right, you don't want to be rude, so you just got to walk away.
Right. So I'm like, okay, so you're going to save up to get a ductless for the living room, but I'll wash and dry. I'll wash and dry rusty. I'm just very confused as to what. And she's like, yeah, but I mean, she has a lot of parties. So, gotta think like, okay, she wants the living room to be nice and cool for the people. But it's like, but we washing in rust.
There's wash houses. Go to the wash house.
There's money for that in these times. Anya, you must be rich. Give me somebody to go to the wash house, please. Okay?
Yeah,
wash house is at least $20.
Put a line up in the backyard.
Ashley, I could so relate.
I have a line.
No one at this time is currently working like that.
Right.
So for me, I would typically go to the food store for the month. So
Corona.
I
wash house. I digress.
I write the list and I let her know, hey, this is what I'm going to buy. Do you want anything? She gives me her things and I buy the things for a month. 1 full month. When I say this can last from the 1st to the 31st. 2 weeks.
Then I go to the grocery store.
2 weeks in, I see her walking into the house with 3 bags of grocery. I said, why did you have to go to the food store? Oh, you only buy green pepper and I wanted red and yellow bell peppers. I said, for what?
I love it.
For what? I bought you green peppers.
I have a very opposite problem.
They do the
same thing. My mother will buy one of everything. And then...
That's my daddy.
That's it. And I'm like, so what are we supposed to do for the rest of the...
He would rather go to the grocery, go back 4 times in that 1 week, instead of just buying to last for the week.
This is a serious issue. This is a serious issue.
It is, because as a child, my mommy would be like, oh, you can't go outside because you're going to get sick. Now it's like... Oh, I didn't know. I
have to go to the grocery store 4 times because...
For me, I wouldn't say I'm parenting my parents because they're still moving and doing things as if they were 22. My mother's still cooking, washing, doing things on her own, not asking for help. Sometimes that's help.
Lucky you. Lucky you.
My stepfather is still running around as if he is a 19-year-old that just graduated engineering class. So for me, I feel like I'm more of a co-parent to my little brother and sister. I'm not parenting my parents, but I'm helping them parent my little brother and sister because
which is stressing itself.
Yeah, their ways of parenting can be very conservative and out of what is modern
intermediate
society.
Right.
And sometimes I love to step in and be like, Mom, that's not going to work in 2020. Don't do that.
They love you. They love you so much. Savior.
Sometimes they don't listen.
No. That's part of it.
I haven't experienced that parent your parents as yet.
Child, thank God, because my dad don't listen. He's be out more than me. I be like, excuse me, the curfew is 10 o'clock. Why are you walking in at 9:59?
My mommy is telling me plenty time.
10:10. Why are you?
We be at a party. Yeah, we'll be at a party. 9:30, 9:45 reach. I'll say, we have to go. We have to go like right now. Oh no, we have time. I'm like, it's 9:45. I don't understand.
I do not like procrastinating and waiting last minute. We have time. No, we don't.
No, we don't.
If you see the road when it's about to be curfew, no, never again.
Yeah.
Once I hit close, and I was like, never again.
And you know what? The time I leave her, she get pulled over. And I say, see, this is why I don't. She said, yeah, but they was cool. They was cool.
So one time I was out. I was with my friend who was a police officer, so I was safe.
Wow.
Now, see, we don't want her friends.
What a
police officers.
Right.
And then my dad is a police officer. So
do not manipulate the system, people.
I am not manipulating the system. I still reach one time.
So, someone who feels that he can run the country, a parent himself, Mr. Kanye West, has officially announced that he will be running for president of the United States in 2020. Now, he said this at the VMAs about 8 years ago.
Right. And we laughed.
They clapped and they said, okay, Kanye.
We chuckled, right?
Sure. And he said, you know what? He woke up out of his sleep one day this year and he was like, wasn't I supposed to be doing something? He said that he's going to do it. Do you feel that A, Kanye West has a chance to be the president of the United States?
Anything in the United States.
And B, do you feel like by him running, it will cause a lot of votes that would go to the Democratic Party to be taken away, hence making Donald Trump the president once again?
That's what I feel. That's what I think can possibly happen. I think he would be a distraction for a lot of people who are rational-minded and who do make wise decisions in electing persons who are qualified to be leaders of your country.
Right, like how do you qualify? Let's talk about that.
I just don't allow that to.
This is why I'm saying that anything is possible. Kanye, the elections are in November. Kanye just decided, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, he's going to do it.
Here's the thing,
anything is possible over there.
Even when Donald Trump was running, I was like, they ain't gonna pick him.
We all thought that. I was like,
that'd be the stupidest thing.
I wasn't surprised when he won.
And they picked him. I was so surprised. I didn't even watch it until the end when I realized he was winning. I was like, wait, this is not really happening. And I was like, oh my God, they picked him.
My biggest fear is we have to realize the power of Miss Kris Jenner and the Kardashian family. If they really are going to support Kanye in his efforts to run,
they're not.
And I don't think they are, but if they
I do think,
that's a big powerhouse to push.
Isn't it too late, though, for him to be added to the presidency?
No, because neither Donald Trump or Joe Biden have actually won their seat to be
their parties
nominee.
Is there a criteria or any random person with money and a platform?
Because I thought you had to work at the post office or something.
You have some type of political background or
Something.
In terms of political background, no. So there are some criteria that he has to meet in order to be on the ballot.
Are they related to administration?
What are they related to?
It has nothing to do with him being a part of any government-affiliated positions. It literally, let me pull it up.
Yeah, because we need to know what is the criteria.
Right.
What is the criteria to become president of the United States?
Hey Siri.
I found this on the web.
What's she find? Tell her.
She can answer us.
Oh, she's on .gov. Let's get into it. Okay, so legal requirements for presidential candidates, and this is on LOC.gov, which is the Library of Congress. Legal requirements for presidential candidates have remained the same since the year Washington accepted the presidency. Okay, wouldn't he, right? Anyway, as directed by the Constitution, a presidential candidate must be a natural-born citizen of the United States, okay? A resident for 14 years, okay? So some of these Bahamians could be president. Anyway, and 35 years of age or older. That's it.
That's it?
Oh, age? Oh. Age thing is age?
You have to be 35 or older.
That's why he couldn't do it before, because he had to wait
There you
till
go.
arrive the age limit. So yes, Kanye West is very much eligible to run for the presidency.
I'm very shocked by that.
Yeah, so,
Like, there's no criteria.
There has to be a criteria to narrow it down, though. Because what if everyone comes forth and
Well, at
be like,
the end
hey,
of the
we
day-
want to run?
At the end of the day,
Right.
the parties have to pick who they want to represent them.
Right.
but
So
And if you go independent,
he's going to be running as an independent person.
There's
He's
an
going to run as a party.
unspoken criteria, I hope, or think.
now we could get into that conspiracy. This is all.
I think that anything is possible that Kanye could win, but I don't think that he will win.
Okay, honestly,
One,
I don't want to
because
say
I don't think
jinx
America
it.
wants another black president.
That ain't the issue.
I think that's
That's
one of them,
like
though.
a
It
mini
may not be
issue.
the number one issue, but that's one of them. With
I would
everything
say so.
going on, they don't want a black president, another black president.
Called
Kanye is
white
also too outspoken.
The conservatives don't want it.
Right. Kanye is also too outspoken. He's like
And
another
Donald Trump is not right.
As I say, he's like another Donald Trump. It's
He's
just
a mixture of
different.
Barack Obama, only because he's black. That's it. And Donald Trump, and who they're not gonna. I mean, I can't see it, but this is America, so
And
who knows?
his thing. He's a rapper as well. They'd rather pick Donald Trump again over Kanye West. I
So who's running exactly? Do we know?
So because they are unchallenged at this point, the Republic-elect, so not confirmed because they still have primaries going on. So that's why these persons haven't been confirmed as yet. But the Republican-elect is going to be Donald Trump. Democratic-elect is going to be Joe Biden. And there can be independent persons that pop out of the woodworks. So someone can run independently and be on that ballot.
So how do y'all feel about Joe Biden? Because I asked for research before, but he...
Joe Biden is the reason why Donald Trump may win.
Excuse me.
It's kind of like which evil you want to pick at this point.
I feel like we're back in
Which evil are
2016.
you're willing to pick?
Yeah, we're back in 2016 where it was like, are we ready for a female president or are we going to have a tyrant? And now it's, do we want Joe Biden, who is Mr. Smiley and just, oh, if you're not voting for me, you're not making the right choice.
Right. He don't want to be black.
Something that we already know the evil of Donald Trump.
So it's like, which one am I willing to tolerate more? That's like our political parties over here as well. Which one am I willing to tolerate for another 5 years?
Honestly,
that is something that I've also always considered. Do we want to move from a fully democratic system to a more republic system? And what I mean by that is electing our leader and then electing our constituents separately? Or do we feel like this democratic system where we select our party and then that party leads works?
That's a good question. I would say the Republican way in selecting our leader, because when you select a party, you may like so many people in that party, but then the leader may be, exactly what we're going through. Yeah. So I would say go.
And I think that's kind of what happened with the last election. They wanted that leader out, and so what they did was they didn't vote for the rest of the people in his party just to get him out. When those other candidates would have probably been good candidates for their different constituencies they were running for, but because their leader was their leader, everyone lost.
And that's sad.
So
for me, it should never be that much of a disdain for a leader that he may have some great people backing him, that all of them have to be kicked out because of that. So that's why I think we need to rethink our system.
Everyone's suffering for one.
Yeah.
Right. And I
think we should try it. I think that our government should be open to it. At least try it. What harm in that?
Because actually, at this point, we're just like the States. We have, what is our criteria to be prime minister? So these are some things that we do need to rethink, need to change when we're moving forward with selecting a leader. Well, Kanye is not the only Kardashian, Jenner, West conglomerate that's been hitting the news recently. So news has been circulating that Khloe Kardashian has gotten back together with the father of her child after being cheated on twice. The last time being while she was 9 months pregnant and with a family friend. Do you feel that it's okay for Khloe to get back together with Tristan? Or let's broaden the question. Do you think it is okay for anyone to get back together with their spouse after being cheated on? Yes,
he disagrees.
He disagrees.
Everyone's situation is different, and everyone is going to go based on whatever's going on. At the end of the day, we don't know their private conversations and what he has been doing.
No, we know Lamar Odom, and we know what she's been through with Lamar. Okay, are you not tired, sis? Are you not tired?
But actually, you don't know what's happening behind closed doors. That's the thing. We only going off a rumor. They might not actually even be together. My thing is, Khloe will look crazy going back to him. Yes, he's cheated on you twice. You will look crazy, but at the end of the day, she's going to do what she wants to do.
Absolutely. And this is her relationship.
And then she's probably looking at it as this is the father of her child, and she wants her child to see what it is to be a family.
What they should do is remain entangled and raise the child together. They don't have to be in a full relationship.
I am just.
They can move forward with a partnership.
Entanglement
for the children's sake.
Right.
I don't know what the dynamics of their relationship.
That's what I'm saying.
But I will say, for me personally, no matter what we're going through in our relationship, my kind of relationship is an exclusive relationship. So if you cheat once and we get through it, okay. If you cheat twice, I know about that.
Because this is not his first transgression.
I don't know about that.
And how I feel is...
trust is broken.
I'm looking at his history. I'm looking at her history. Because I don't know the dynamics of their relationship. But I'm putting two and two together from his past and her past. And I'm saying, okay, there is a child involved. So you do have to take that into account. Yeah, you can co-parent. That's the thing. But anyway, how I feel is and we all know he was doing a lot under her pictures. Okay, like he was doing a lot. Like he was thirsty for months. I talk about
he's still doing a lot.
He's still doing a lot.
So hold on. Here's how that dynamic has changed, though. So I think it was easier on her when it was I'm in LA and you are in Cleveland and you posting under my pics and being like, "Yeah, babe, you look good." But now, because of the coronavirus and everything being locked down on us under these restrictions, you're in my house. So they have been cohabiting together for the last 3 months.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You may be in the guest room and I may be in my room, but we eating dinner
But
together.
you're still there. You're there.
We celebrate our daughter's birthday together. You celebrate my birthday. So that interaction, especially if it's an amicable one, especially if there's still some love there, it's tough. Because it ain't like he could go out and go get some or
Right. So he's the perfect guy right now.
Right. He's there. It's convenient.
Right.
So I think, like Trent said, we have to look at it as a case-by-case basis because, like you say, Ashley, she has been through a lot.
Yes.
The first time that I witnessed Chloe getting cheated on was on an episode of Keeping Up with Kardashian, where Kim was like, "Oh yeah, I'm a private investigator. Let me show you. I could hack into your boyfriend's voicemail from my phone." And she did, and it plays a voice note from another woman to her boyfriend. I was like, no.
Listen, even before that.
Do you guys think that she has been through so much that she doesn't want to get out of the relationship? She wants to make this one work.
Can I say
she has a child with him?
Okay. When you go through life with that in the background, you're going to accept a couple things. Okay? When you find someone that loves you and makes you feel good about yourself and makes you feel beautiful, when you've had a history and a past of that, and on top of Lamar, on top of all that, I feel as if she is at the point where she's like, something gotta give. So I can't give up on this situation because that is unfortunate, but I feel like that really has a lot of influence in why she is be sticking true. Because Lamar was
giving
Do you know what I think?
Dealt, in my opinion, she's been dealt a really crappy hand. Like,
yes.
she has the fame, she has the money, but in terms of relationships, she really has put up with a lot.
Let's take it off
of them. Let's bring it to just a regular couple. So if you were pregnant with this man's child, you've already invested obviously into this relationship, and he cheats. You find out that he cheats.
Right.
Are you going to take this man back?
Probably yes.
No.
Probably yes.
Let me put it towards us as well. If you have proposed to this woman and just after you put this $10,000 ring on her finger, you find out that she cheated. It may not have been cheated right after you proposed, but she cheated sometime in your relationship. 10K. 10K.
Okay.
Money.
Okay, this is my thing. We're all different and we all deal with things differently.
Right.
If you're going to take someone that cheated on you back, you have to put necessary you have to put things in place that will prevent it from happening again. Go to counseling.
Right.
Talk about your relationship. What communication voids that you may have. What is the reason for this cheating? See if
how I feel is if it's a baby, if I'm pregnant and you spend 10 grand on a ring and you cheat on me, no. Because this ain't gonna work. I don't care how much money you spend on a ring. This baby, you cheat on me and I have this big belly. You are a wicked dog. Get out. Get out. Get out. No. You trying to cause me go Sunderlands. That's what you're trying to say because I have this big belly. My foot hurting.
You know those couples who
I'm hungry
for a long time and then get married out like after 5 to 10 years. That's my type of couples because if you can stay with me this long and be faithful, then I'm going to marry you.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, but I don't want to wait 10 years. No, I can't. I can cheat after a couple of years now. I can give you a strong couple years. I must be faithful and wait 10 years.
Those 2-3 year relationships, 4 years for me.
If you know you want to marry me within 3 or 4 years, you can't. 10 years, Trent.
There are things that is happening.
How you can drag along for 10 years and then decide to marry you?
And there's some people are not really, or not everybody's really caught up on marriage or believe in marriage. There are some persons, they end up being together for so long, they say to themselves, okay, we might as well get married. We don't really believe in it, but we might as well get married. So you do have couples that stay together for a very long time without marriage.
Look on your face.
But then be like Oprah Stedman and don't get married at all. But all I'm saying is I don't think that you should drag somebody around for 10 years.
If they want to get married.
We might as well get married. No. If you've dated a young woman after 3 to 4 years and you don't recognize that I'm in love with this woman, I can see myself with her for the rest of my life, etc. Don't drag her along for 10 years.
How I feel, I think Trent's trying to say that it's like a mutual. It should be mutual. If it's a mutual agreement, then it's cool. But obviously, don't drag somebody.
Most women always want to get married. It don't matter.
Nah, that ain't true.
I say most. I didn't say all. I said most.
You want to take the guy back for cheating or not?
Pardon?
Or you
and I'm pregnant?
For cheating?
I'm pregnant?
Or pregnant, yes.
Am I pregnant? I'm pregnant? Hell no.
Married.
I'm married?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
I didn't even know how to answer that. I'm not gonna lie to you. It would have to depend. It depends. I'm not saying yes and I'm not saying no.
No, yeah, I don't want to say yes or no. If
I'm pregnant, obviously I want this for my child. I want my child to grow up with a family. And it depends on the situation. I'm not gonna lie.
If we're married, I would consider it. I would consider it depending on the circumstance. Don't let me catch you in a hotel room with 6 gals and it's a big time.
That's a whole other situation.
No, right, so it's circumstantial.
Something.
It's circumstantial.
Allow me to clarify something. We need to get out of this mindset that children can be raised in healthy homes that don't have
co-parenting. Thank you.
A male and female mother and a father or a couple. Because my thing is, if you're together and you don't want to be together, or you had something that happened within your relationship that showed you that you shouldn't be together, if you remain together, that's going to affect the upbringing of that child.
Right.
So
I agree with you. I don't think that you should remain in a relationship with someone if you're unhappy
this whole
or if
for the child
you just want to protect the child. But in most situations, if there's children involved, most of the time they're going to consider the children as well. I'm not saying consider the children to your detriment where you're unhappy because you want to give children happy.
Sometimes for the children, it's best that you separate. Sometimes,
right?
That's between you and your partner.
I agree, but I'm just saying, in most situations, if I'm pregnant and you cheat on me, I'm going to think about the child because I want my child's father to be there.
The child father could be there. Y'all don't have to be together.
Hello. If you're pregnant and he cheats on you, make him work to get you back.
Of course, it's not going to be like,
not if we married.
Under the rug. Yes,
be like, I
just it under the rug. We move on. Happy go lucky. Hell no. It's not going to happen.
Make him work.
I'm pregnant if I'm married anyway.
What I would also like to say is, just because someone cheats on someone else doesn't mean that they had a bad relationship. So I get your point, Trent, that if it isn't working, don't force it to try and work. Mm-hmm. I think it's different to say, oh, someone had tripped and fell someplace that they wasn't supposed to be, versus, oh, I'm in an abusive or a toxic relationship. Now, the toxic part of that relationship is, oh, he trips and falls on everybody or around everybody, So for me, I understand, yes, especially if you're with someone for a long period of time, it's hard to think of them out of your relationship. It's a hard transition. So you have to literally go into that thinking, is this person healthy for me? Do I think that they can change? Or is this just something that's going to continue to happen and it's not fixable?
Right.
The second part of that is, I don't like saying keep a relationship because a child is involved. That's not healthy. No. I need to keep a relationship because we're involved. If we are together and we are in love, and if I can really see that you making this mistake was a real mistake, and that you really are going to change from it, then I can forgive you. But if I could see in your face, it's just like,
You only
Man.
apologizing just because. Formality purposes.
It's also
Yeah,
important
no.
to ask yourself. It's also important to ask yourself when you're in these relationships. Am I my own individual? Do I have my own identity? Who am I outside this relationship? And
Right. Do I love myself?
if you could answer that question,
Right.
and the relationship can and you're able to take that person back with a healthy mindset, perfect.
So, we've been back and forth on this infidelity for a little while. So let's just bring up the last topic of the day. So speaking of feel good, the red table talk that everyone has been waiting for has happened. Jada brought herself to the red table and you know what? She said, I am not a single woman. I need to bring my husband. So Will and Jada sat down this past Saturday and they discussed what really happened with August Alsina.
It could have been an email.
It could have. I thought about you, Trent, because when I watched, I said this could have been an email for real.
This red table talk, her red table talks are usually about 30 minutes, 45 minutes.
14.
Quick.
This was a 20 minutes. It was 20 minutes.
No.
20
20
minutes
minutes is long.
Actually, that was not 20 minutes. That was
14 minutes.
And you know what? All this red table talk was yes, no, something like that. That's all I got out of it.
That's all.
Okay.
You know what I got out of it? We are, forgive me if I'm putting words in their mouths, but this is what I got. Like I said in our previous podcast, they're not going to come out and be open about their relationship and the dynamics and boundaries in their relationship because I feel as though they want to be judged and attacked for it. But I believe this is what I got out of it. We are in an open relationship. Yes, we date outside of our marriage. We are in a partnership that will never end. We are going to remain together in marriage like we vowed to God. However, we are allowed to date outside of our marriage. That's what I got.
I didn't get that.
That's not what they said. They said that they were separated and that's just how it happened.
This is what I got.
Okay, I feel like they used
August was a quick little thing during her separation from Will, and they didn't
really
expect
cool.
to be back together, and August looked stupid.
How? Okay, that's one way to look at it.
And her man just ended up being messy, and Will female, who he may have messed with while they were on that break.
Let's not say female because something's going around. So his person. Continue.
Okay.
Whomever,
right,
just wasn't messy enough to speak up. That's all.
I feel that way. I posted a meme about that on Instagram because I really do feel that way, Anya. I agree with you 100%.
Just a quick thing.
I feel like now I wouldn't say August was a quick thing. This is what August was. August was a friend of the family. He was around as a little project for them. Okay, when he was sick. This is what they say. Then, when Will was doing all his mess, I'm sure he became a confidant, right? I'm sure she was like, okay, like, because I do it to my little brother. Like, sometimes I'll be just in my brother, and I'm like, you can't believe this happened? Like, and he's don't even be asking for it, but like, it just has happened because the person around. Okay, cool, watch this. Now, Will out the picture because they separated. They're separated. That is a term, a legal term. Okay. What?
Y'all watched the wrong thing. If y'all watched the Red Table Talk, Will didn't do anything. Jada did something, and Will kicked Jada to the curb.
No, I'm not talking about why they were separated. I'm just saying they were separated.
Okay.
So they were separated. Will gone about his business, and August was just there. That's how I feel, and I feel like it developed into like a little boy toy type of thing, an entanglement. Okay, I don't think it was ever that she felt she was giving him vibes of a real relationship or feelings, or I think that
he was in love.
Right, I feel as if she was just
she wanted a little thing.
Feel better.
She was hurt from Will's situation. She wanted a little thing to make her feel good for a couple of weeks.
And I feel like August was just like, well, why not? why wouldn't I? If I was August, I would do this. And I wouldn't have come out 4 years later and say it, because like, what is the purpose of you doing this
It
now?
isn't 4 years, though. Don't use that timeline Will and Jada put on that Red Table Talk. It has only been a year and a half. It has only been a year and a half.
Listen to me.
No, they said they met him about 4 years ago. They didn't.
Exactly,
She didn't.
and their relationship was about 2.5 years.
But why is he coming out now and saying all these things? What's the purpose?
He got
Okay.
He's hurt.
Let me give my views
That's
on
what
this
I'm
Red
saying.
Table
You
Talk.
hurt, so you
Let
want
me
to
give
blow
my
people life.
views. Let me give my views on this Red Table Talk. This is what I learned. I learned that during my lowest point, Jada Pinkett Smith said, you know what? Come here, sweet thing. Come. Let me help you. Let me help you feel better. Let me nurse you back to health. Or use my little sexy little sweet thing. Let's do little some. It's okay. Me and Will in together and he know about you. So it's okay. We could do what we got to do.
Nah, they said they was together when they brought him in to the family. So it wasn't that.
Let me add though. I could put my hand on your shoulder just like how I used to put my hand on Will's shoulder. Yeah, use my little baby, use my sweet thing.
I hate
yeah. You know the words Jada said in that table talk? He made me feel good like I haven't felt in a while. So you telling me now,
She had some
as a 24-year-old man, I hearing that I making you feel good like you haven't
28.
felt in years. At that time, he would have been 24. Okay? That your husband can't make you feel, and I must feel like, oh, that's only a little hit and quit? For you to go on this Red Table Talk and tell me, well, yeah, Og and me, we was in a thing. What thing, Jada? An entanglement. What the hell is an entanglement, Jada? What is it? A relationship, I guess, something like that. No, that means you invalidated everything that happened with us for the last 3.5 years. And then for you to say that I dumped you, you think I dumped you, Jada? You think it was a conversation to say, you don't think it was a conversation to say,
I don't buy it.
Me and Will get back together.
He was done with her though.
No, I feel like Jada said, hey, Og, I'm getting back together with Will, so we have to die down on this little thing, okay?
I don't buy it.
I don't think that she wanted a long-term situation with him.
Exactly. I don't think, okay.
I've never been married, but you have a bad situation going on with your husband. Y'all supposed to be on a break. He said he didn't want you no more. He was done with you. You feeling like the worst you've ever felt. You unhappy. You got this little young boy here.
And I'm sure he was like, and I will make you feel better. Jada, I will make you feel better. Who wouldn't?
And in that Red Table Talk, you could look at Will and see the disgust on his face.
He mad. But listen. Listen.
It never looks like that on the Red Table Talk.
Listen, let me tell you something. He mad, but that looked like old anger. That looked like he done been talk, but they don't fight with that for a long time. And now it resurfaced
again. Yes.
And now he mad because he don't want to talk about that shit. He don't forgive her for that. He don't want to talk about that no more, but he have to now because everybody in their business.
Yeah.
So they had to address it. And we was coming on.
And then all the
right, and he mad. He mad because okay, I done forgive you for this. You don't forgive me for play transgressions. They was all private. But he mad because now your transgression won't come out and put our business out there.
Yeah.
And I must be cool with it. Come to this red table. Come to this red table. But I don't think Will was right for saying some of the things that he was saying. Not like how you say I can get you back. I was like,
he can get it back, but Jada also said, you already got me back. Let's talk about that.
Exactly. And then he laughed.
How you gonna feel bad for Will?
Right. Wait. So listen, he laughed.
Problems.
He laughed and then he said, you right. But then right after he said, I still get you back. I said, what the? And that's what she said, okay, if you want to be petty. But I'm like, I can see the awkwardness behind the TV. Like, they trying to be cute. But I can
tell the two of them for sitting there sake, but down a happy-go-lucky thing.
That relationship is healthier than Chloe's situation.
You think so? I was just about to
It
relate
is.
them to each other.
It
That
is.
is a toxic
I
relationship.
would agree
That
with
is
Trent.
toxic.
I would agree.
They
Yeah.
have
That is toxic. I disagree.
They
I
have
agree.
agreements.
At least if it's toxic, at least they're honest with each other and they know what crap each other doing.
They allow each other to step out of the marriage. Is what I'm saying. This is something that they established. Okay.
Y'all
Chloe
are
didn't
saying this
establish
without confirmation. They have not confirmed.
Yeah,
the
that's a
situation.
rumor. That's been a rumor.
Don't be fools. Don't be gullible. Come on.
They
I'm
have
not saying that there's no truth to it, Trent. I'm saying it's not confirmed.
It's not
So until
confirmed.
they confirm, based on the narrative that they are giving, it's a toxic relationship.
Yes.
Because if y'all haven't confirmed that y'all are in an open relationship, then confirming that one another stepped out on each other is just as bad.
They don't confirm it to nobody. The fact of the matter is, they said that they were separated. Correct.
Thank you. They were
And we'll know,
separated. They
correct?
didn't even think that
The
they were
communication is
getting
there.
back together.
I gonna need y'all to know that so many people out there married and not together. Like, I gonna need y'all to know that because divorce is expensive. So plenty of people out there have whole family and they still married to their ex who lives somewhere else with a whole family, and that's just the reality.
I better want to talk to you name on me before I marry you. I can talk to you. I just want to talk to your name on my body so I can know
Man, what?
it's you forever.
Don't do that, Trent.
All I have to say is,
Okay.
I'll cut that
I
piece of
ain't
skin off
paying
my
Don't
I
do
ain't
that.
paying for no bill.
the red table talk was, it didn't serve the purpose that people wanted it to serve. They didn't go as in depth. All Jada say is something happened. Y'all ain't lie. Something happened, but I ain't gonna tell
And
y'all
Will
more.
was trying to bait her into saying, like, so what is that? What did y'all do? What was it?
Right, because you bring yourself to the red table, talk about it.
That's all
You
in
won't
all.
come on here, talk about it.
It's all in all.
But honestly, I feel like that was borderline crass. And to be fair, yes, as a viewer, I would have loved if she would have spilled them beans.
From my
But
14
as a
minutes,
woman,
We said that from the last podcast. Like Trent said, it's her show. She's going to dictate how it happens.
right? And I feel as if going into
we had a
depth,
situation,
control.
and that's it. Y'all ain't gonna know the rest.
no, but I feel like going into depth on what you and this person did
Notice it was
sexually and stuff,
well
that's not everybody business. That's not. And so if you, and I feel like that's where Will was trying to go. Like, tell us,
That's what entanglement means. It's not
right? Use your imagination, honey. What you think it mean? We wasn't playing patty cake. I don't gotta spell it out for you, but that's what that means. That's why she didn't say relationship. We all know what that means. An entanglement means. We all been in them.
Have you guys ever been in
Yes, but don't
entanglement?
downplay something if that's why the body's upset. If that's why August Alsina is upset, don't downplay it.
No,
Say,
what
yes,
is he
you're in
upset
a
for?
relationship.
What is he upset for?
He heard
What?
that's all.
Because you played me, Ashley. You played me.
How?
You made me
You
feel
ain't
like we were getting in a relationship.
Ramesh.
But in actuality, all it was I was a little side piece while you
This
was
is
managing
a
marriage.
tale as old as time. I could divorce my husband for you. I could divorce my wife for
Right.
you.
And
And
as a 24-year-old man, if I had a sexy woman divorcing her husband for me, I think she divorced her husband for me.
Why?
Especially
We
if,
all know it doesn't happen. We want
as
to know
much as
what
Jada
it
said,
More money than you.
Actually, when you're
as
vulnerable,
much as Jada make it seem like she got
Right,
the
that's true.
thing, after she let it on that boy and she healed him, because she said she healed him, after she healed him, obviously he trapped.
Honestly, I just feel as if you coming out 1.5 to 2 years later to say you had this relation entangled with Jada Pinkett Smith. It's just like, it's really like, come up with an album first, baby. And then you could come up with your scandals.
Actually, he have new music out. That's the
Ah,
Okay,
see?
guys.
been asked in previous interviews prior about his
I get-
situation with Jada, and he preferred not to respond to it. But now you want to talk about Will giving you a blessing and all of this, because you got an album out.
I ain't lie. If I was Will,
going and say
he was got to show me one.
We sound
He was
very
got to fight me.
repetitive.
For real.
We sound very repetitive, so let me.
I don't care if he was sick.
Okay, let me
You
ask
got to
another
show me a fade outside. Cause of my
Anya,
wife.
Ramesh, Ashley, have you ever been into an entanglement? Your understanding
Yes.
of what it is.
Yes. Yes.
I've never been in
Anya.
time.
Yes.
Yes.
I've never been entangled.
Like, I did not want to be with that person, but I was like, you know what, this makes me feel good right now. I'm learning some things. You know, so
August.
Brian Sham.
I was Jada.
Utter shame.
Yes!
Utter
But
shame.
I've also, no, I don't think I've ever been August. No, not on purpose.
Yeah, that's a knot. That's what I'm thinking. That's a knot.
That's a knot.
Shame.
Right. That's a boat man knot. But anyway, I just try to say that it's very clear and obvious. It should have been clear and obvious. So a 24-year-old man, it was obviously clear and obvious when he was declining speaking about her back in the day. So it was obvious then what it was. So why all of a sudden now, because you got your new music, and you just put that puzzle piece in for me.
They're not together anymore.
That's what I'm saying. You ain't even like you send her a text and say, can we please get on to Kiki Palmer and him though?
No. Before we leave Will and Jada, the other reason why I feel bad for Will is because Will had to sit on the other side of the table. And hear his wife or his partner say, yes, Og hasn't spoken to us in 2 years. And I've really missed Og. You what? Excuse me?
Come on, Remy. She said that for the cameras. Come on.
Trent.
Will knew that.
You missed
I'm not
Og?
gonna lie. No,
what?
that wasn't okay.
Jada
That wasn't
has
okay.
an image to uphold, okay? So
All I know is Jada is the leader.
All she had to say was she hasn't heard from him, but she wishes him well. I don't need to miss you. You already, you done say y'all was only in an entanglement. Why are you missing a young man?
I think she's trying to say that Jesus.
He is family. He is family.
Okay, but no, see, but that really leads down the path of how she looked at him. She did not look at him as a relationship. And that's why she come out the mouth saying these things so lax, because she's just like, he was a little boy toy. Wow, miss him.
He was a boy toy. And he hurt by it.
He was a confidant. He was a friend. He was truly a friend with benefits. Poor thing.
He was a family friend and didn't know it. Followers, persons that follow the community, please. If you have someone that you are entangled with, loose them, please.
Loose them not.
Do not leave this person hanging on. It is not right. Do not go on Facebook Live and tell this person that y'all aren't in a relationship, y'all are entangled, because they will be hurt. Don't do it.
Don't do that.
Please don't lead them on.
Do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
That's right.
Thank you for watching another week of this community. Please make sure to check us out on our socials and make sure to check us out where we stream live on all the different podcast platforms. Ashley, thank you for joining us back on the community. And everybody, have a great week.